Hello everyone, my name is Venice Zaragoza, and this is my research psychology oral presentation. For my research paper topic, I chose to write about dissociative identity disorder, also known as multiple personality disorder. I researched about what it means to have dissociative identity disorder and the characteristics that go into it. I also looked into what the causes of DID are, and more importantly, how trauma leads to having DID. Dissociative identity disorder is the presence of one or more unparalleled identities or personalities that frequently take control of an individual's behavior. At the root of DID is dissociation, which is a mental disorder that involves disruption in memory, thoughts, actions, and identity. Dissociative identity disorder is described as alterations or cuts in the identity, which are then portrayed as distinct personality states. With women being diagnosed 9 times more than men, DID affects 29% of the clinical population. Individuals who are diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder suffer from involuntary and unhealthy lapses of reality that interfere with their daily life routines. Misinformed beliefs, movies, etc., all portray inaccurate illustrations of what it truly is to live with DID. As presented through the media and beliefs, individuals with DID are marginalized to be seen as dangerous people who display different mannerisms. The reality is that most people with DID do not show apparent signs of the condition. Psychologists and psychiatrists do not know what causes DID for sure. However, most individuals who have been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder recall or have gone through some type of sexual abuse. People who develop DID at a young age develop it from newborn to 6 or 7 years old. After that, it's very unlikely to develop DID. Early dissociation may occur as a defense mechanism from an inescapable threat or danger in which it is impossible to get out of. Being in a state of serious neglect, disrupted communication, withdrawal, and abuse from caregivers result in disorganized attachment, which is seemed to be linked as a causal effect for dissociative identity disorder. Another more prevalent suggested cause is that DID is not a real disorder. Instead, they are symptoms that are fabricated through suggestive treatments such as hypnosis. DID is treatable with a 3-phased approach that involves focusing on safety and stability, processing traumatic events, and eventually being able to live without dissociating. Dissociative identity disorder is still a disorder where very little is known. Research is being conducted to better understand and explain how dissociation is possible. It is unclear how the personification of different aspects of the person's self is achieved, but it serves as a coping mechanism. Psychologists and psychiatrists are still unsure of what the main causes are, and for now, there are only correlations to base DID off of. Dissociative identity disorder serves as a protection or fight or flight mechanism from extremely difficult situations, thoughts, and memories. Thank you so much for listening.